This is the Chesapeake Bay on the northeast coast of the United States. Here, fresh water from rivers mixes with salt water from the ocean, creating the marshes, a unique spot for biodiversity. Locals like David Weedleton make a living from fishing oysters.
When an oyster spawns, they release the larvae into the water. One oyster releases millions of larvae, and they float in the water until they find something that they like, and they'll cling to it. That's why it is very important for the bottom to not be silted over.
Rising sea levels are increasing erosion. They bring more dirt and sediment into the bay, endangering the marshes, home to abundant animal life.
The ecosystem here is very fragile because the bays are so shallow. You can see it on the marshes, and you can see the trees dying, you can see the dead trees. It's nothing but salt water encroaching on them is what it is. It's the sea level rise and the erosion. We seem to have more wind nowadays. It blows a lot compared to what it used to, and the wind erodes the shorelines. It's all connected together. It's all intertwined.
Marshes border the bay. They're the lifeblood of the bay. Without the marshes, you're going to lose an immense ecosystem. The marshes help filter the water. They provide the ponds and the marsh grasses and everything, provide vital habitat for nesting bird species. And also, the marshes act as a buffer. If we have a healthy marsh, you're not going to have the erosion in a lot of the places where humans live. It acts as a buffer to the water.
Jim Brighton is creating an online catalog of all the plant and animal species in Maryland. Over the years, he has noticed the forest is dying throughout the Chesapeake Bay because of the increase in salt water on the coast.
The land is fading away. It's fading away fast. Something needs to be done.
Another challenge. Invasive species are thriving.
Phragmites australis, commonly known as common reed. Here on the eastern shore, this plant, this tall grass from Erosion, has taken over much of the marsh. What happens is it grows so dense that it smothers out all other vegetation and nothing else can grow there. So we're losing habitat because this one plant grows so dense, nothing else can grow where it lives. When you drive through the marsh, and you can go for miles and see nothing but Phragmites growing. The ghost forests are formed because salt water is rising, coming farther inland, and it's hitting these trees. They can withstand a little bit of salt, but they can't withstand a lot of salt in the soil. And when the soils get completely saturated with salt water, they die. And that's what we have with the ghost forests. I remember forests being along the marshes and that aren't there anymore. And it's sad.